For those of you who don't know me, my name is Blake and I do update videos on prop firms, I do reviews on prop firms, and of course, I interview founders of prop firms. Because of this, I'm able to negotiate for extremely beneficial incentives, discounts, and otherwise for you guys. Recently, I even started my own prop firm, which is extremely competitive with the top prop firms out there. I also made an announcement video on this, which you can check out in the card above. In the original announcement video, there was a giveaway for two $100,000 account challenges. Well, you guys have asked for it, so here it is again. We're gonna have another giveaway, a second giveaway for two more $100,000 account challenges. The instructions for the giveaway will be somewhere in this video, so stay tuned for that. Lastly, as I mentioned in the last video, I don't own the whole company, nor do I own even more than 50%, so I'm going to be interviewing Angelo, who is another one of the owners within the Funded Trader. We're going to be going over all the updates we have since the last video, improvements coming in the near future, and Angelo's background. All that will be in this video. Let's go ahead and get started. As always, if you're ready to get started with the Funded Trader, don't forget to use the code VVS and you're gonna get a 10% instant refund and a 115% refund once you have a first successful month with the Funded Trader. All right, so I'm here with Angelo, who is the founder of Forex Leauge, as well as a partner with the Funded Trader.
What is going on, everyone? I'm glad to be here, and as always, it's a pleasure to speak with you, Blake.
Awesome. So we have a lot of topics I want to cover. Let's go ahead and start off with talking about your role within the Funded Trader.
Yeah, certainly. So a couple months back, we got together, me and Blake. I approached him with an idea, to come together and start this prop firm. So my role specifically in the Funded Trader is the founder, you could say the architect in a way, but I'm worried about right now the operations of the business, making sure that everything is running the way that it should be. And ultimately that we can achieve our goal, which is moving towards becoming a fund. So yeah, that's my role.
Let's go ahead and talk about the topic that probably the most amount of people want to hear about, which is your previous involvement with FXSeed. And can you tell me all the details from that? How were you involved with them? And are you still involved with FXSeed?
Yeah, I think this is something that's really good for us to talk about because it's how I really got into the prop space. Back in January, I was contacted by the owner of FXSeed. He was approaching us with opportunities to work with them in marketing capacity. Obviously, we have the Forex Leauge and Nick Dark FX Instagram pages, and we wanted to become more involved with a prop firm, learn the ins and outs of the business, and we ultimately wanted to provide our clients with a way to get funded. I mean, that's why we really got into it. We looked at it like, if we're involved with this business, we're gonna be able to give our clients, our traders discount codes. We're going to be able to give them hopefully fair terms, and that way they don't have to continue to work with these prop firms blindly, which, as we know, and unfortunately what kind of turned into with them, could be sort of a not a good situation, so an untrustworthy situation. So yeah, my role also with the business, we were brought on as marketers. The business, the back end of it wasn't developed to handle kind of all the people that we were bringing in. So I kind of stepped up and was doing some of the operations of it, as well as everyone really knows that's involved with FXSeed. I was making all the videos, I was sort of the face of what was going on. It wasn't intended to be that way, but we were trying to grow the brand, and really just based on all the suggestions people were asking us, we were just trying to answer to all those people, all of our customers. So, I was working the operations of it. We were marketing it as well. I had nothing, no involvement with the financials of the business or that side of things whatsoever.
So did you ever have any equity within this company? And also, can you explain the situation that has now unfolded with the account management program?
Yeah, I mean, the best way I could sort of title what our position was is we didn't have any equity. We weren't founders of FXSeed by any means. We were, again, approached by the founder of FXSeed. We were just really super affiliates. We were super affiliates. We did, at the time, we're supposed to have a revenue share of what was coming in for the business. But we'll get into that kind of more in detail later on. But yeah, we were, again, not owners, not equity owners. We down the line didn't even legitimately have a contract in place because of how it was signed and everything like that. So really, like on paper, legally, we had no ties to them whatsoever.
Can you talk a little bit more about your perspective on the situation that unraveled with the account management program?
Yeah, obviously, I was in the trenches, so I know everything that kind of went on with that. Ultimately, we were, doing the account management program. That was sort of the face of FXSeed. I was in charge of bringing on all of the master traders. I found all of them myself. Those are all, my people that I brought on. We had them trading the accounts for everyone. And ultimately, one of them passed all the accounts that he was assigned to. And our agreement with him was that if he passes the accounts, they will get pushed on to phase two. That's what the deal was. That's what was advertised and everything like that. He passed the accounts. The risk team came back to us. At least this is what I was told, and basically told us like, "Hey, listen, we're not only not going to pass the accounts, we're only going to pass. I think it was 5 of them. So he was going to be allowed to take 5 of the accounts instead of, he had a lot more. So he was only going to be allowed to take 5. Obviously, when it comes to managing the accounts, 5 100K accounts, the deal for him just wasn't as sweet. Let's just keep it at that, as opposed to what it was before. He wasn't interested in doing it anymore. He right away wanted to back out. I knew that we needed to come out and tell all of the other master traders, specifically because I brought them on. So I wanted to be honest with everyone and to say, listen, this is the situation that just happened. We don't necessarily know if you guys pass, if all of the accounts are going to get pushed through to phase two. So make your own decision. This is your time. This was about 2 weeks through that second round of the master trader program. Make your own decision as to whether you want to continue. We can't force you to do anything. The contracts we have with them didn't hold them like legally liable to continue to really do that. So yeah, we gave them the option. Most of them ended up opting out. Obviously it wasn't good conditions anymore, so they didn't want to support what we were doing. And then that's when it kind of spiraled out of control, because at that point there really wasn't anyone to trade the accounts. And then that's when I kind of realized that this situation was a little bit bigger than me. And as someone that wasn't an equity partner, on paper legally wasn't liable to do anything really, and who had way more involvement than I should have been, I looked at it like this. I've been growing Forex League for 2.5 years now. That's my business. I wanted to protect the integrity of our business. If there is something that I deem as, fishy or not right, I want to pull us out as soon as possible. I want to pull us out as soon as possible, help our people out as soon as we can, because that's all we can do when a situation is kind of like messed up at that level.
From my perspective, I was someone who paid for the FXSeed account management program myself out of my own pocket. And I remember what happened the first month is it wasn't the best results, but it didn't completely lose. I got to do another month for free, and then that one ended up not doing very well either. And then that's all I've heard from my account. I never ended up getting any money back or anything for myself. So I also feel very similar to a lot of other traders that it wasn't ultimately just actions. I have reached out to the founder of the company as well with Mike, and I have invited him on a couple times now on to do an interview similar to this one to get his side of the story as well. He hasn't been able to yet. He said that we might be able to do one at the end of the year, but I hope we can do one a little sooner than that. If he's ever willing, then I'm free most of the time. Then I'll make time to do another interview with him. So that being said, for anyone that feels they were kind of wrong in this situation, are we able to do anything? Well, I already know because we've been talking about this. Are we able to do anything with the funded trader to help out people?
Yeah, so I mean, I've already, people that are in Forex League that have reached out to me already, I've been very accommodating, in helping them get involved with the funded trader with discounts. So what we're gonna do is anyone that has been affected by FXSeed, we will work with you. So reach out to us. We'll work with you to give you a discount, on a challenge, or we'll see what the scope of the situation is. Everyone that was affected kind of is in a different position based on what happened. So yeah, we're more than willing to help you out. So just contact us. Best way to contact us would be through our email. So support@thefundedtraderprogram.com.
Okay, I'll have that written down as well so people can have that. And also in the description, if you just want to copy and paste the email, go ahead and reach out to us. Send your proof as well to show that you were negatively affected by the situation. And we will do our best to try and help you out with that. All right, let's go ahead and switch topics and talk about the new improvements we've had since my last video. Angelo, can you go ahead and explain some of those new improvements that we've had? And I'll go ahead and talk about some other ones.
Yeah, so one of the things that we were seeing is people were requesting manual reviews and overall just how we were monitoring our drawdown, our equity drawdown. People had questions because we're only providing the FXBlue link originally. Then we did have a dashboard that was utilizing sort of the same integrations as FXBlue. So they were a bit delayed. And people were asking, how are we monitoring equity drawdown? There were some situations where people were failed and they didn't necessarily deserve that result. So they wanted manual reviews to be conducted. So keep in mind, this has all happened, within the last week. What we've done, number one, is we now have a more robust solution for the live equity monitorization. So pretty much we'll be able to tell at any point in time if you guys have drawn down more than the 6% for the day. This is all connected to a live feed. So it's no longer updated every 10 minutes, every hour. It's monitoring the account 24/7. From that standpoint, we can definitely trust those results a lot more as a company and as the client, obviously. The other thing that we've implemented is a dedicated representative on our customer support team who will be conducting the manual review. So if you do have a question about a failure or a pass or anything, and you do want your account quote unquote audited, you can reach out to us through our email, our support email, and our dedicated representative will manually review for you, tell you all the trades, everything that was in question, and really pinpoint either where you went wrong or if there was a false result, we're more than happy to obviously give you what you deserve. So those were two things in the last week that we've implemented that have definitely this week already made a huge difference. Things are running a lot more smoothly. The other thing is, let's talk about the brokers. So in the beginning, we started out with FX Choice. That was our dedicated broker. Reason being is we had the access level we needed with them. We won't get too much into detail about that, but we had the access we needed. We had a lot of people, complaining about the commissions, complaining about the spreads and whatnot. We made the decision to implement Global Prime. So we moved to them. Unfortunately, as we were working with Global Prime, they reached out to us and they are not able to sort of accommodate us for what we need as a solution. Again, we won't get too deep into that. So have been instructed by them not to utilize them anymore. So that's when we shifted back to FX Choice as our only option on the website. We do understand that people are very unhappy with the commissions and the spreads on FX Choice, which is certainly understandable. As people who trade, we can tell, the commissions in a way is not competitive, towards the other prop firms that we've all traded with. So if you do want to still utilize Global Prime, we will be making some exceptions. Just reach out to us individually. We will be able to work with them on a more limited basis. So there's nothing that will be in question when it comes to delivering you Global Prime accounts. And pretty much if you have a Global Prime account and in your phase 1, phase 2, you'll get a Global Prime account when you're funded. If you want FX Choice, you'll have an FX Choice for the duration when you're funded. And we'll get into kind of later in the call some more updates that are going to be to come with the brokerage as well. So we had implemented the 25% lot size rule, as everyone knows in the Discord. So this was intended for when you pass the challenge in 1 day or before the 8 minimum trading days, you were going to be required to trade with 25% of what your highest lot size was. After hearing all of the feedback from the community, literally 95% of people reached out to us and said, that they were unhappy with this rule. They communicated that they didn't feel as though it was an accurate representation of trying to evaluate traders. And at the end of the day, we had to sit down. We discussed this between Blake, myself, and the other partners, and we certainly agreed. If there was a fluke, quote unquote. That's why there is phase two. And even beyond that. So we decided to remove the rule effectively. So there is no lot size restrictions. It just goes by the 1 to 200 leverage for the evaluation accounts, and that's it.
So as any long-term subscriber would know, I'm very against the consistency rules. I always frown on other platforms when they have them. But the main reason why we're even looking into this in the first place is just to detract from the gambling behavior, which again is why we have the two-phase evaluation in the first place, and which is why we have the minimum days, which again, we are working on lowering those because I know that you guys really want the less minimum days or no minimum days at all. We are definitely working on that. We're about to talk about the improvements coming soon. But before we do that, I have two other things I want to mention about the other improvements we've had since the last video. This is we published the traders agreement. So if you want to see the agreement that you'll be signing once you pass both the challenge and verification, the two-phase evaluation process with us, you can now see that. It's on our website. We also have a dedicated YouTube channel, which Angelo has made some FAQ videos on, and I'll also be on there pretty soon interviewing our funded traders. We've had several payouts already, so I'll be interviewing one of the traders that has received a payout, and I'm really excited to do that. So let's go ahead and switch gears and talk about the new improvements that we have coming soon. So Angelo, do you want to go ahead and talk about that?
Yeah, so we're super excited about these improvements, and as you can tell, we're working very hard to provide the best end-to-end solution possible. The number one priority to this point has been the new account dashboard. So we do have an account dashboard currently. It's very delayed. Could be 1 to 2 hours late with updating whether you passed or still maintain your challenge account. So the main priority has been implementing this new dashboard. Is going to consist of all of the account metrics. The team has sat through, evaluated countless other dashboards, and we put together what we believe is going to be the most robust solution that you guys will appreciate. And as always, we will listen to your suggestions, as Blake said. So even when it does get implemented, if there's something that we want to add on, we will have that flexibility as well. So that'll be coming within the next month for sure. It's currently in progress, and it's already being built out kind of as we speak right now. And that being said, building off of it, we are also going to be bringing more automation to everything. So something that is important to us is we want to be able to notify people not only when they pass, as soon as possible, or when they qualify for retries, but also if they fail. So we don't want to be in a situation where you believe that your challenge is still live and you waste your time another week and you're still trading, and you ultimately failed the challenge a week ago. So what we're going to be doing is more automations around just alerts and this is going to be integrated with the dashboard. So I do believe that this is something that's going to be a huge improvement because we're just going to have an entire end-to-end solution that is going to make us, one of the most robust kind of companies to work with. And obviously that's something that's very important, the technology that's involved. The next thing is going to be the new broker. So obviously we already talked about this a few times, but been a hot topic in the Discord chat. We are going to be implementing our own broker. And one person literally said, oh, this other firm took 2 years to do this, 1 year to do this. Blake and myself, we've been involved in the industry for a little while now. So luckily we've had the connections to make these things happen. So we will be having our own broker, competitive spreads, competitive commissions, and we'll also have the flexibility to be able to inform you guys if there's server updates, anything going on, we'll be able to deliver updates to you right away. We won't be relying on a third-party broker, which is really important. The next thing that goes hand in hand with all the automations is just quicker account reviews. So right now we have people waiting up to 3 days, which obviously is not the goal. So the account reviews will pretty much be automated once everything is on the back end connected using the new dashboard and the new automations. So that's going to be an extreme positive. You still can request those manual reviews, as we mentioned earlier. If you would like to, just email the support email that is down below. The next thing that we're bringing is the affiliate dashboard. So currently, the affiliate dashboard is, visually not the best. So we want to go ahead and upgrade that. So the affiliates that are working with us, they can very clearly see, all of their different metrics, all their different statistics, payout information, everything like that. So we're going to get that upgraded as soon as possible. And then we have the last two improvements, the bi-weekly payouts, which has been our number one suggestion. Once we get all of these, the first five of these implemented, that will become a main priority for us. We'll have all the automations in place to be able to handle that. From a company standpoint, it's not big deal to do this. We just need to have the right automations in place. And the last improvement that we're going to bring is going to be MT5. It'll be included with the new brokerage for everyone that has their EAs developed specifically for MT5. We are making a priority to bring that platform, as it is the platform of the future.
Lastly, before we close out, as promised, here is the giveaway instructions. So the last giveaway was extremely successful. We had over 1,000 people enter that, which I'm very, very thankful for. So the giveaway instructions for this video is going to be, make sure you're subscribed to this channel. If you're not already, if you already are, that's perfect. Keep that up, and just like the video, and also comment #trader on this video. Feel free to use creativity in your comments. I really appreciate seeing you guys' creativity to use the hashtag in your comment. Really, really like seeing that. And also make sure you're subscribed to the Fun & Trader, the new YouTube channel as well. That'll be linked as here, as well as in the description below. And if you do all those steps, you are going to be entered to into earning a $100,000 challenge. We're going to be picking 2 winners similar to the last video that I did on the Fun & Trader. Thanks so much for coming on, Angelo. I really appreciate you coming on here to explain your role, as well as all the things that have happened with the Fun Trader, as well as with FXSeed. Really, really appreciate that. I'm sure the people will as well. So if you have any comments about what we talked about, please leave them in the comments below. Angelo and myself will be looking down there and replying to you guys. And if you guys want to learn more about the Fun & Trader, don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Also check out our Discord. And if you have any questions, don't forget to email support@thefuntrader.com. So thanks so much for coming on, Angelo, and hope to have you on again.
Thank you, Blake, so much for having me on the call. As always, it's been a pleasure to speak with you. We look forward to bringing you all of these updates, and we can't thank you all enough for all of the support. If you want to get in touch with me, feel free to join the Forex Leauge Telegram. There's a link in there to message me directly, and we will be talking again soon. And once again, thank you guys so much for all the support.
Thanks so much for making it to the end of the video. I really, really appreciate it. As a reminder, if you want to get started with the Fun & Trader, don't forget to use the code VVS to get a 10% instant discount and a 115% refund once you have a first successful month with the Fun & Trader. As with the last giveaway, I'll be picking the 2 winners at random, and I'll be picking them 10 days after the release of this video. I love seeing you guys' suggestions of how to make our prop firm even better, so if you have any more, please keep them coming. Also, if you haven't seen my original video on the Fun & Trader, check it out right here. And that being said, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.